So, briefly, I want to talk about setbacks and obstacles. I've read, I've seen, and I've heard remedies. There's remedies for everything, right? If you have a plan, it's not a plan until you put it on paper. Okay, well, it's what everyone, what works for everyone, it works for everyone. Uh, Me, I always have it up here, but I guess I should put it on paper because I don't remember what some of my script is going to be about. So, yeah, I just prove that theory is probably seriously correct. But yeah, get into the business. I just want to talk about obstacles in business, obstacles in life, um, family, anything. I'm no expert by any means. I'm just talking about what I've learned and what I've experienced. And I always, in the past, have come across obstacles. I know obstacles are part of life. Every story in the Bible that has something to do with triumph has something to do with obstacles. Someone was tested, someone was put to the test, or they had a strictness of regulations they had to follow before they were led to the kingdom or before they acquired their their sovereignty. So where I'm going with this is that I grew up thinking life was supposed to be fair, and my parents were out of the segregation eras. They were like, "Hey, ain't nothing fair." Even my mom, she was like, "Hey, just go somewhere, pray, and come back out the room and be ready because it ain't never gonna be fair, and you can't make it fair." My dad was like, "Well, if you believe it's supposed to be fair, you got to fight for fairness." My dad was more like a militant type. Uh, he came out straight off the block, and but both from the segregation era. So, I never, when you're young, even at any age, you just don't think the older people, that's just old fat, man. People that are older than us, it's funny. We growing up, you think because they're not hip, they don't have the latest fashion anymore, or whatever. We look at things the wrong way. They don't know who LL Cool J is. All this irrelevant, and probably half my audience doesn't know who LL Cool J is. Well, whoever the biggest rapper is right now, the baby, I don't know. There's so many of them. But the latest dance, whatever. Man, it comes time when that stuff is irrelevant. But what we have to find is the consolation and the solace in the wisdom and the patience that they have for us, because they were once us. They were being told to turn the music down. You don't need that. Just get you a regular car. Well, that's too much for those. This over here. Why don't you save your money and I'll get you this? They were all of the things that we are. We just can't see that because we'll never be their age at the same time. They've already been our age at a different time. Where am I going? I'm just rambling, but I just have a lot to say, and I'm going to say it. I don't know if this is a correct platform as far as my business goes, but I just want you all to know when I do start posting this academic, analytical portion of I want you to already know how I'm thinking and what and how I'm rolling and waiting on those days. So this is kind of my filler, and like I keep speaking about, this is my introduction to YouTube because, yeah, But yeah, so obstacles, the only people that understand obstacles and can help us through them are the older people. 2, 3 years older, 30 years older. These, if you get a chance, never deny yourself at a park, at the lake, in the mall, where at work, someone's older, if they're approachable, have some respect. I know most of you, I know all of you are gonna have some respect. But I'm saying, just get to know them a little bit at a time. Because older people too, we have a lot. They may have a lot. I'm gonna say we. I'm in that category now. We may have a lot on our mind, and we may seem untrusting or unwilling to ask questions, but we're not exactly always used to answering questions right off the bat. So you have to take your time. But get to know, if you don't do anything but just have a cup of coffee with them or whatever it is you do, have a bottle of water, ask them some questions about life or about music, or just, man, you will not be disappointed, and you will probably be surprised at what someone in a 3-minute conversation can put you on game or take you out of the game and sit you down and let you take a breather and realize that you might can do something a little bit different, or you might could try something, run another play instead of you may want to switch your playbook up. Don't look at how whatever, it doesn't matter who it is. They could look like you, they could look totally different from you, they could be a woman, a man. Man, you can learn from a baby. Yeah, you can learn from a baby. You can learn from a horse, a dog, and a cat. And they smart because we feed them. You get what I'm saying? So they not feeding us. We feeding them. We at work. Well, I wonder if my cat is okay. So, but yeah, I'm trying to throw some funnies in there. But yeah, hey, y'all take the time out. Younger people, older people, look out for the younger people. Talk to them a little bit, I'm bad about advice, man. I will not, man, you better not be walking up to me telling me what's going on. But I'm gonna hear you though. It may be 3 months from it, but I'm gonna be like, doggone it. Now where's that cat at? Or where's that lady at the top, and I'll give it out to, man, people, that's not the way to go. I'm not saying older people should give everybody advice, but stop and talk to a younger person. They may be in need, there's some of us out here that have grandparents but didn't grow up around them. Maybe grandma and granddad live far, far away and we don't get to see them. I grew up in a culture where grandma and granddad didn't move. If they moved, they didn't move too far. They stayed within where they could come see you on the weekend, or once a month or for Christmas, for the most part. And I come from a generation, I'm at the back end of a generation where parents didn't move unless it was super lucrative. They didn't move more than 200 or 300 miles from mom and dad. That's just how it was. I don't know if that's just in my family or just, and I'm speaking in general. Maybe 90% of the people that I'm related to didn't move far. That's just the way it was, back then. And grandma, grandpa, we were over there on the weekend after school. At some point, cutting their grass on the front porch, listening to the old stories, being disciplined, helping them peel peas, shell peas. Yeah. So I'm just saying, people, we're all smart enough and know what we need to do, and not only for the person across